Welcome to the Positive Impact Podcast, where we dive into the world of movers, shakers, and changemakers, creating a positive impact on the world. This is your host, Alexandra Black-Pollock, and together we're going to tackle real issues, discovering how we can make the world a better place. Thanks for joining us for another Stories from the Field episode where we're connecting with different people who are able to drive home the impact of organizations and their work around the globe. If you're looking for tactical ways to move forward and make this type of impact in your endeavors, then you need to check out Journey to Social Entrepreneurship, an entire event designed to harness the power of service and move forward towards successful social enterprise. Check that out and unlock all of the recordings, my free gift to you, at journeytosocialentrepreneurship.com. And with that, we've got some incredible stories on the line today. Wednesday, we had founder and Journey to Social Entrepreneurship guest Evan Delahanty from Peaceful Fruits join us. While his company does a lot of good, especially in the Amazon, my personal favorite part was when he described his partnership with Blick Clinic, who serves individuals with a disability or mental health issues as they label his products. The joy and passion of all the employees was tangible throughout the interview. To really drive home the power of that partnership, we have Peg Haas, who was there at the farmers market to help facilitate this partnership. Peg, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, all right. So you happened to just meet Evan at this farmer's market as he was taste testing. What inspired you about this product?
Well, his enthusiasm, first of all.
He's pretty enthusiastic, I'll give you that.
He is. And he had a whole series of different fruit mixed with the acai. And he had if you got a sample, you had to fill out a form.
Oh, that was clever of him.
And Andy and Evan were talking, and he was talking about having been a Peace Corps volunteer and having been in Suriname. And Andy asked where Suriname was, and Andy's sister had been to Brazil. And so we told him it was near Brazil, which was very interesting to Andy because it was nearby, and he knew where Brazil was.
Awesome. That must have been a great conversation.
It was, and Andy told him that he was labeling bookmarks. He was putting the QC stickers on bookmarks for the radio station to give out at the summer venues where they were broadcasting live. And Evan said, well, maybe when I get ready to put labels on things, maybe you'd help. And Andy said, oh, he'd be happy to. And that's how the whole process started.
And what an incredible partnership it is. But first, before this partnership with Blick Clinic, it was actually just Andy who was the man putting on the labels, and you were quality control.
Absolutely. Andy would put the labels on, and there was very close tolerance between the edge of the fruit snack bag and the label. So it had to fit exactly, which was a very good idea. But it was very difficult to get the label on exactly square, and Evan was very creative and came up with some very helpful devices to help place the snack and hold the snack so that we could put the label on. And Andy got better and better and better at this. And we labeled for short periods of time so that everybody was able to survive the process.
Wow, what a learning curve that you guys had, especially in the beginning.
It was. And so it would be, here, Mom, can you fix this? So Mom fixed, and Andy would put the labels on. Evan would put the front labels on, and then Andy put the back labels on. Because the packaging is clear, he could see through the packaging to see the outer edges of the front label, and then he could place the back label right over the front label.
Well, look at that. That works out pretty well.
Yeah, they were very clever at how they did this, and so they got going real well. And when anybody had a crooked label, quality control came into effect. And
I hear quality control got really good at removing stickers.
Oh, we did. We got very good at removing stickers as long as they weren't pounded on too hard.
Ah, there you go.
They didn't stick too long. If you were quick about it, you could get them right off and reposition the label, and we were back to where we needed to be. And as time went on, I had fewer and fewer of those.
Perfect. Now, in the very early days, when you're kind of, this company was really bootstrapped and Evan was actually working out of his parents' kitchen, where were you guys putting on these labels?
Sometimes we did it in our dining room, and sometimes we would pack up and go to Evan's house, and his mom and dad and Andy and I and Evan would do labels.
Quite the multi-purpose house they had over there.
Family affair here.
There you go. Now, fast forward, and Peaceful Fruit has been growing. They've been expanding. This operation has kind of outgrown your living room.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's outgrown Evan's dining room table as well.
Mom probably appreciates that.
I think both moms do. And I knew that Andy really enjoyed doing this, and I have a connection with Blick Clinic, and Andy has received services there for a long time, and the occupational therapist is working with a transitions group, trying to find businesses for them to work with and to develop work habits and good working skills. How do you behave at work? What kinds of things do you talk about? What's acceptable behavior? What's not? And those kinds of things. And she's very creative and decided that what they needed was to write a grant to pay these folks to put the labels on.
How important is that? I mean, it's just so cool. Not only are you going through all the training, but you're providing kind of the real world results of a job.
Right. And these folks are all paid minimum wage through various grant funds, and everybody gets paid. And they're small groups, and they're part of the therapy for the folks that need it. And because Andy's been on since day one on the ground floor, he came in as additional help, motivation, and the music man.
Yeah, we're going to talk to him about that a little bit later and hear what type of music he likes to play.
He takes that job very seriously.
It's a very serious role. I mean, music and motivation and focus, they're very closely tied.
They are.
At least that's what I tell myself when, I open all my music apps and I'm trying to, concentrate on work.
Exactly.
So what is the atmosphere like when you get to visit the office and work with all these individuals who are putting the labels on?
Well, I've been replaced now. They no longer need me. They have their own quality control people, but it's a wonderful atmosphere. Everybody is very hardworking. Everybody has a little spot, and they sit there, and the labels the fruits are there, and they take turns being the counter so that they know they need to complete 150 snacks in that hour-long work session, and there are 4 or 5 of them, so they keep counting. And they've devised a system so that when they have 10 fruits, they go into the box and they have a counting tab that counts so that they know exactly how many. After 10, they put in the tab that says 10, and then they put in 11 through 20 and put in the tab that says 20 until they get to their desired amount of fruit snacks, which keeps inventory control, which they have all worked out.
That's super clever. I'm actually really, really impressed.
I was impressed when I saw this system because we used to just label them and pile them, and then when we got all through, we would take them from the middle of the table and put them in a box and then count them.
That's totally what I would have done. It would not have been very efficient.
It really wasn't very efficient, but it was always fun.
Yeah, this is kind of humbling. One of my favorite parts of the episode with Evan was when he described actually going to these workshops and how he just felt like such a rock star. So when you've been there and you've gotten to witness these moments, what are they like?
Well, I haven't been there when Evan's been there, but I always know that he has been there because they tell me Evan was here. And, they look forward to his coming. And if people are not motivated, all we have to do is say, well, Evan won't be very happy that, this isn't going well. And things just automatically turn around because everybody thinks Evan is the best. He's so nice and he's so kind, and he interacts with each one of them individually. And Andy's quite special because he and Evan are friends outside of work. So it's pretty fun, and they're really enthusiastic about working for Evan. They like working with him and for him.
So Andy pretty much has co-rock star status is what you're telling me.
Almost. Almost. He's not quite there, but he's pretty good.
Give it another couple months.
Yeah, give it some time.
Once they, go to a couple more movies together, right?
Yeah.
That's actually really clever as far as a motivation tactic. Evan gets to be the really good guy. And, just some of the other individuals are like, well, Evan would not be pleased. And it's a great system. That worked out really well for him.
Isn't it a great system?
All right. Now,
some of them are really motivated by the paycheck.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's real important that they actually get a paycheck, that comes from Blick Clinic, that they're paid minimum wage for the time that they work. And so that's pretty exciting.
So some of the individuals that are there, what types of things do they enjoy spending that paycheck that they've worked really hard for on?
Some of them buy clothes. Some, like Andy, like to buy music. Some of them use their money to go to movies and fun things like just the things that everybody spends money on. So they have great fun spending their money at things that they want to do. Some of them are into crafts, and some of the ladies will buy yarn to knit with or crochet with because that's something that they enjoy doing. Others buy magazines or comic books or books to read or music CDs or all kind of the wide range of things that they like to. One young lady was telling me she was saving her money to take a trip.
How empowering is that?
Isn't that amazing?
I absolutely love that.
Mm-hmm. Which is just like we do. If we want to go on a trip, we have to save our money.
And it's hard.
It is.
My husband and I are leaving for Thailand in a little while, and we've been saving for a very, very long time.
Yes.
Blick Clinic serves individuals with a range of different disabilities. What are some of the areas that they serve?
It serves folks with a wide range of disabilities, children with autism, with developmental disabilities, some with mental illness issues, some with complex combination diagnoses where they may have a developmental disability and some mental illness issues. So it's a full-service clinic for where these folks can go and have their medical needs met if need be, their psychological, everything is there.
And yet they can all come together and work on this one task together and really create a community that is empowering.
Exactly.
Now, I hear we have Andy hanging out with us.
We do, and he's eager to talk to you about what he does.
Andy, I am so excited for you to join us today.
Good.
Can you tell us what you do with Peaceful Fruits?
I'm the labels on the back side on the fruit lovers.
Oh, that is so cool. Do you enjoy your work?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Your mom tells me that you're really good at it.
Well, I always get static.
Static?
Sometimes when you peel the label off the backing, the static on the package grabs the label before you're ready to stick it on there.
Oh, I bet you it takes a lot of work to make sure that label is just right.
Yeah.
Have you tried the snacks before?
It really tastes good.
Yeah, they taste good? What is your favorite one?
The apple, the pineapple?
I do not know.
You like them all, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, are they good?
Yes.
Very good. Does everyone enjoy putting the labels on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the best at it?
Brian.
You are? I hear you're really good.
And what do you take to the labeling sessions?
Music.
Music? Oh, what's your favorite music?
60s and 70s.
Oh, a classics man.
Yeah.
Mm. He takes his iPad and his playlist and he provides the music to work by, don't you?
Yeah.
Are you the chief music officer?
I like to be.
You'd like to be? I think we can give you that title. I'll run that by Evan. I think he'll approve. What's your favorite song?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. That's awesome. Do you listen to that when you put the labels on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it make you put labels on faster?
Yes.
It does.
Just more carefully, huh?
Ah, yes.
Yep.
So, Andy, your mom was telling me that in the very beginning that you were the only worker and that she was in charge of quality control. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Evan is the quality control person.
Ah.
Evan is the final expert. Yeah.
Yeah. What
He's
kind?
not the boss.
Oh, he's the big boss, huh?
Big cheese.
He's the big cheese. Yes, he is. I think he'll like that better than big boss. He wasn't a big fan of boss. He likes big cheese.
Good.
Evan had the final say. No, this one needs to come off and come back on again, didn't he?
Ah.
Yeah.
That's why he's the official quality control. Mom's the quality control repair person.
She's on the board meetings.
Ah.
Yes,
Blick.
meetings sometimes. Yeah.
This is super serious work you guys are doing. It's really important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what other jobs have you done that you really liked?
Just the radio one.
The
About
radio one?
91.3.
Oh, cool.
1.3, the summit, huh?
Yeah.
So, Andy, your mom was also telling us that you guys actually get paid for all the work you do. So, what is your favorite thing to spend your money on?
Music.
Music? Do you go buy music?
Yeah, by Kisco to 60s and 70s.
Oh. Have you ever bought a record?
No.
No. You get it all on your iPad?
Yeah.
That's super cool. Andy, you'll get to listen to this on your iPad.
That'd be cool, huh? And you can share it with everybody at work. Tell them we're having a news listening today while we label.
I don't know if it'll be as cool as Star Wars, though.
Oh.
You'll have to put Star Wars music behind it.
Maybe I just put the Indiana Jones.
Maybe some Indiana Jones. That would help too.
Oh, we'll totally say it's as cool as Indiana Jones. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Just not as cool as Star Wars. That's a high bar.
Yeah, that's a pretty high mark to meet.
Me and Evan saw Star Wars Episode 7.
Whoa! Together?
Yeah.
What did you think?
The good guy is already dead.
Oh, spoiler alert!
Yes.
We won't say any names, though, okay?
I do not say that on the iPad.
No, you had to go to the theater for that.
Next to be Star Wars 8.
That'll be in a couple of years, though, right?
Well, we wait for the other films
Ah.
to buy first.
Yeah, but Star Wars 8's already in the planning.
It is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, I am a huge Star Wars fan, so I think it's so awesome you and Evan went to go see it. Which episode of Star Wars was your favorite?
Oh, Star Wars 3.
Star Wars 3?
Yeah.
That one's an important one, right? Great. Well, Andy, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yep.
We'll have this for your friends to listen to, and you tell them that it's just as cool as Indiana Jones, okay?
Oh, boy.
It's a high bar. Well, Andy and Peg, thank you guys so much for joining us and to really bring home how cool the work that Peaceful Fruits is doing.
Well, thank you for having us, huh?
Well, movers and shakers, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, both learning about the powerful effects of Evan's unique partnership with Blick Clinic, as well as touching base with Andy and hearing about how he is the chief music officer and he's rocking out to Star Wars. Hopefully someday we can be as cool as Star Wars and not just Indiana Jones. For all of the resources mentioned today, including some awesome photos of Blick Clinic's workshop, check out our show notes page at positiveimpactpodcast.com/stories/peacefulfruits. And if you're intrigued by this Journey to Social Entrepreneurship event that we keep referencing because it was that incredible, then head on over to journeytosocialentrepreneurship.com to get access to all of the recordings absolutely free. Until next time, keep doing your part to make the world a better place.